Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending one more press conference at TIFF 2010. Couple of notes for you guys. We're going to have 1 minute of pictures being taken. The talent will be standing here. Take your pictures, and then after 1 minute, I'm going to kindly ask you guys to move to the sides of the room and to the back of the room. Please, no pictures being taken from the front rows. No flashes allowed during the press conferences, and no mobiles. Please switch them off. For you media asking your questions, if you don't mind, please standing up, then announce who you work for, and then ask your question. Quick reminder that the press conferences this year are being broadcast live at http://bell.ca/movie lover, and they are also available on your smartphone only on Bell Network. I would very much like to welcome on stage the director and the actors of the film Trust, and Eric Kohanik, our moderator.
David, right in front of you. Here, left. And David, this one here. Right in front of you, sir. And Clive, right here. Clive right here. And Catherine. And Clive.
Gents, please move to the side. Please, gents and ladies, please move to the side. Sorry, Eric.
Thank you and good afternoon. Welcome to the press conference for Trust. My name is Eric Kohanik. I'm the moderator for the press conference. And with us today, we're very pleased to have the movie's director, David Schwimmer, on my left. Beside him is Oscar nominee and Golden Globe winner Clive Owen, who plays Will Cameron, the father, in the film. Beside Clive, Oscar nominee Catherine Keener, who plays Mother Lynn Cameron. And last but certainly not least, we have Liana Liberato in the role of Annie. We welcome your questions. Stand up, identify yourself so that we can get a microphone to you.
Hi, Eric. Jade Stevenson with the Toronto Sun. When I was talking to David yesterday, he mentioned, Clive, that you got the script just as you were getting a security guy to come to the house and check out the safety of your girls using your computer. So could you talk about the timing of that and the issue in general, how you feel about your girls using the computer?
Yeah, it was a very, very strong, powerful script, and it was particularly relevant and resonant with me because I've got two girls that are hitting that kind of Facebook age. Really, it's the time where they're beginning all of that, and I've got concerns like every parent. And I thought that this was a really strong examination of something that we should all be careful about and a little worried about. I think the way that children are relating on the internet is something that is racing ahead so quickly, and we have to sort of try and take check and make sure that it's healthy for our kids, really.
Do you have safety measures? Is there such a thing as safety?
Yes, I think there is, yeah. I mean, I think you've got to monitor it. I mean, you don't want to over-monitor your children because that you can get overzealous, but I think that there has to be concerns, and the minute my eldest daughter joined Facebook, she had a number of messages from people she didn't know wanting to become friends, and instantly, this film examines that as a concern.
Over here on the...
David, you had Run Fat Boy run here at the festival, and from last reports I heard that this film doesn't have distribution yet. Can you talk about the significance of the festival for you, and then how do you attract a team cast like this to what is an independent film?
Yeah, two very different questions. I think the cast was attracted to the material for personal reasons, as you just heard. So I think it's on the strength of the material and the subject matter that I was lucky enough to get 3 Oscar-nominated actors involved. And that's really the only way you can get a film like this made is to get actors of this caliber because of the subject matter and because it's an independent drama. In terms of distribution, I know we've been pre-sold in certain territories, but we are definitely here hoping for U.S. distribution. We wanted to wait until the distributors could see it and experience it with a real audience, and the audiences here at the festival are the best. So we thought, well, this would maybe be our best shot. So.
Go ahead.
Hi, David. How difficult was it to get financing for this movie? And how did you manage to convince producers and the movie people, the money people, that with your background in comedy, you were able to direct a film so serious like this one?
I think in answer to your question, how it got financed, again, it's really because of the actors involved. You can't get a movie like this made and have a budget that I mean, we still could have used a lot more money, but we had a short, ambitious, rough shoot. It was 29 days. And I think in terms of the difference with Run Fat Boy Run and this, and I think they took a chance on me because with Run Fat Boy Run, it happened to do very well internationally. And I think because it performed so well, and the film, I think they liked the film. They thought, all right, we'll give them a shot. If these actors, would sign up and have faith in me, then I think they thought, all right, it's worth a shot. So,
Go ahead over here.
Hi, everyone.
Yep.
Hi, Christina Tenalia from CHCH News. Now, David, I know you've been involved with a rape organization in California for some time. So why is this a story you felt like you needed to tell now? And for Leanna, I'm wondering, you're a young woman. What lessons as a young person did you take away from this?
Me first?
Go ahead, sure, go ahead.
Okay. I think the issues and the subject matter is incredibly timely. As Clive indicated, the internet's incredible, a great tool, but there are a lot of dangers out there. 89% of kids in chat rooms are solicited sexually. There are 50,000 predators online right now at any given moment. MySpace just kicked off 90,000 registered sex offenders profiles. So, I mean, I think the facts speak for themselves, really. And that's why I was determined to tell this story. I started research on it about 7 years ago, and unfortunately, the statistics have only gotten worse. So.
Well, when I did this film, I was 14, so I was just kind of getting into the whole Facebook thing and everything like that. So doing this film really opened my eyes, and having all of these people inform me about all of this, it definitely made me more aware and more cautious.
Question over here at the back.
Hi, Susan G. Cole from Now Magazine. I'd like to ask you all, it was such an intense movie. How'd you manage on set to stay with the emotion, excuse me, but still manage to get through it? Because was there a way to lighten up at any point that you were able to find? Can I start with you, Catherine? Because welcome to Toronto, by the way.
Thank you. Happy to be back. There's a way to lighten. Yeah, there's always pretty much a way to lighten up. I think it was cold, and people were generally very short on time, and the subject matter was relentlessly intense. But I don't know, pretty affable crowd, and could always kind of help each other out of a tough spot, I think. Plus, honestly, David really engenders a lot of faith from you, and you really want to do everything for him. He's wonderful to work for, and he just set this pace that was very easy, in the face of no money and just the budget and time constraints, and he just was incredibly present with us, and it made it a lot easier to work, and we all just liked each other a lot. Still do, I think.
David, can you talk a bit about your transition from acting to directing? What was it that flicked the switch in your mind about directing?
I've actually always wanted to do both. I started when I was in high school. Then I continued directing theater in college, and then I'm with a theater company in Chicago for 23 years. So I've always done it. I love it. I love acting and directing, and I hope to continue to do both.
When you're looking for material, what do you choose, or what do you look for to act in, and what do you look for to develop?
To act in, anyone who will have me these days. No, I haven't done a lot of acting in a while, and I mean, as you know, directing a film takes quite a long time. So, and Run, Fat Boy, Run was a script that kind of was passed on to me, and I really loved and developed it further. This was something close to my heart that I developed. It's only 2 films, so I don't know how else, I don't have a thing about what I look for in a script. I probably now, because after realizing just how much time and energy it takes to direct a film and how much, 2, 3, 4 years of your life, I think I would only really do films that mean something, are personal. So I'll probably develop more films like that.
Question way in the back there. Oh, just wait for the microphone.
Hi, Andrea Bailey, Canadian Press. Question for Catherine, similar to the one that was asked to Clive. I think parents have a really visceral reaction to this movie, and I'm wondering if you can talk a bit about that, if it sort of touched a nerve with you and how it changed your view of all of this stuff.
Well, actually, prior to the film, it had been touching nerves. Just even the notion of making friends with someone who you don't know, you call them a friend. It's already happened just by virtue of clicking something, is bizarre to me, and it's antithetical to everything we tell our children, which is don't, be cautious of strangers, and yet they're becoming friends with strangers constantly.